shit.
Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another movie review series, everybody, and we are kicking off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie review series, everybody. There are 5 live action, 1 animated movie in this franchise, everybody, and this movie series is based off the comic books of the Ninja Turtles. And then the late 80s, I'm pretty sure 1987 was the first year that when the cartoon show came out, and there was a massive toy line with the comic book, the animated show, and then these movies that came out in the 90s. I know because I was born in 1987, so when these movies were coming out, I was a big fan of the first 3 Ninja Turtles movies. So we are starting things off today with the very first live-action Ninja Turtles movie that came out in 1990, everybody. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everybody. That is right. And it has your awesome 4 brothers, the Ninja Turtles themselves, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael, everybody. And they had people that played the physical aspect of them, and they also had people that did the voices. And the Jim Henson Company are the ones that did the puppet work with the mouth and the eyes and the face and everything, and the suits that the Turtles wore, the people that played the Turtles wore. And they also did Splinter, Master Splinter. They did the puppet work for all 3 original Turtles movies, and they did a fantastic job, honestly, especially in the first and the second one. I think they did the best job in the second one. So, but Corey Feldman is probably the most known voice actor that voiced one of the Ninja Turtles, and he voiced him in the first one and the third one. He did Donatello. He did not do Donatello in the second one, but yeah, he's probably the most known actor to do the voice for one of the Turtles characters. There was another guy that did the voice, no, not the voice, but he was in like Star Trek and stuff, so they're not super known though. And then I will say that Kevin Clash, he's the guy that did the voice for Splinter in this movie and the second Turtles movie, and he's really well known for his Sesame Street work. Very well known for his Sesame Street work. So Judith Hoag, I think is how you pronounce her name. Hoag or something like that. She plays April O'Neil. And she does a pretty good job playing April O'Neil. They show her in the very beginning of the movie in the yellow, huge trench coat that looks like it's very waterproof. But so that's the closest that we get to her adaptation in the cartoon show and like the comic books, because otherwise she kind of doesn't really resemble the April that much. I actually kind of prefer the April O'Neil that's in the second one over this one. It's nothing against her. So and then Elias Cotes, he plays Casey Jones, everybody. He does a fantastic job playing Casey Jones in this movie, because unlike Stephen Amell's Casey Jones in the most recent Ninja Turtles movie, this guy actually felt like the Casey Jones from the cartoon show and especially the comic books, for sure. He most definitely felt like the Casey Jones from the comic books, because he went down the route of killing Shredder with a funny quip at the when he did it. Whoops! When he flicked the garbage truck on, like, that's the Casey Jones from the comic books. It's totally the Casey Jones from the comic books. So, and then James Saito, everybody, plays Shredder. Everybody, well, the physical part of Shredder, because he had someone else do the voice. That's the one thing. A lot of the characters in this movie, they had the physical aspect done by someone else, and then there was a voice done by somebody else. So, in all 3 of the movies, too. So, and then Sam, this is just a fun little tidbit. Sam Rockwell was the head thug in this movie. I recognized him in everything. So yeah, before Sam Rockwell got big and was winning freaking awards, like, he was the head thug in the first Ninja Turtles movie. just a fun little thing there. So this movie is based on the classic, it's a classic comic book adaptation. And a lot of people don't say that or talk about that. Like, this actually is one of the classic adaptations of a comic book to a live action movie. And the movie has a very dark tone to it. It really does. Like, it captures that dark tone that the comic book series like was, because the comic books for the Turtles, it was dark. It was very dark. But it also captures that lighthearted, funny side that was there with the brothers, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because that was in the comics too. And this movie did a fantastic job of capturing that between them and their relationship. And they brought that in from the cartoon show, especially. Like, that's where they really captured the best thing from the cartoon show, was the relationship and the lighthearted funniness that the four brothers had together. And the thing is that's what this movie does really well at, is the relationship between the brothers, because they all very clearly are different than each other, and they establish that in the movie. And I think they did a good job making each one of them very complex with the way that they were written and how they have feuds with each other, especially Raph and Leo. Like, they capture that from the comic books. The way that the Turtles were in the comic books, they really do a fantastic job bringing that over to this live action movie with the way that their relationships are. And like, they make you care about these turtle characters. And it's awesome that they do that, because I mean, you think about it, it's a story about a rat and four little turtles that he finds that get in this ooze, and they turn into human-like versions of those animals. Super silly concept, but with the way the movie was written and everything, and the characters and the dialogue and all that stuff, they did a really good job with this first Turtles movies. They really did. It was dark. Like, don't get me wrong, it was very dark. The lighting was dark and everything. But I thought they did a fantastic job with the brothers. Like, especially when Raph gets hurt, they go to the April O'Neil has a farm that her dad had, and they go there to hang out while Raph is just passed out in a tub because he's hurt, getting better. And they show each turtle, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Leonardo. They're all dealing with Splinter being captured, and Raph not sure what's going on with him because he's hurt. They don't know if he's okay. Like, they're just not sure, and they show each one of them dealing with this and gripping with this in different ways. And that's what I mean. Like, the writing with the turtles themselves is what makes this movie awesome. And we get an awesome fight sequence with Shredder and the Turtles at the end of the movie. Now, Shredder himself, I thought they did a good job with Shredder. They made him seem menacing, and like, he most definitely was the big bad villain of the movie. But his costume, I will say, they could have did a little better job with the costume. It was a little cosplay-esque, and his costume was red. I don't know why they went with red. They fixed that in the second movie, but yeah, they went with red, and I'm not really sure why. But I thought they did a pretty good job with him, and the action and the fight scenes in the movie were done, I would say, pretty damn well for when the movie came out. So overall, I enjoyed the Ninja Turtles movie, the first one. I do kind of wish it was a little bit lighter toned because I grew up watching the cartoon show, but I don't mind the darkness in it. I really don't. So I'm going to give this first Ninja Turtles movie, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's very fun. It's an awesome rewatch. And if you're a Ninja Turtles fan of the comic books or the cartoon show, there is most definitely something in this movie for you to enjoy. So an 8 out of 10 for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everybody. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching, and I'll be catching you on the tube laters, because I have spoken.